round out this Cloud9 team, because also the split push plan we were talking about, when mid game you rotate Misfortune into mid lane, now not only do you have the Talia, you also have Galio ultimate, so tons of cross-map
recall, going to move top, and he'll be laning up here with Impact. But yes, okay, you mentioned it, feels like a minute ago already. Umpty's finally done killing this Earth Drake. It takes so long to kill the damn thing, but he finally gets the work done.
And he's going to pause, as you see on the minimap right now, unless they actually need him there. He's going to fully come up, make sure that they can get all of them, and then try and get back to the bottom lane.
C9 with all 3 grubs secured. Team Liquid hanging around.
I think TL are going to be ready to go.
Yeah, they are. They're going in on Sven, who already tried to flash away. But with the Grand Starfall and the Equalizer together, surely they have enough damage. No, Vulcan there to save the day in time as Loki and Blabber have arrived. And Umpty and Impact have to find their exit. Umpty now in danger with a flashback out. A seismic shove into a first blood.
But they just didn't have the damage. Impact didn't fully commit to it. You know, didn't want to flash in and go for it, but we have a fight back to live.
Back on live, Vulcan's in danger. He doesn't have the unbreakable will because he had to use it in the bottom lane, protecting Sven. So Team Liquid made a down payment in the bot lane fight, and they cash in mid.
Yeah, each one gets a kill, but TL get the objective afterwards with the better timing here. Oh!
Core JJ in danger! Blabber doing a great job immuning the Keeper's verdict. Core almost gets away, but close isn't good enough. And now the objective that it looked like Team Liquid might have secured ends up going into the hands of Blabber and Cloud9.
All right, he's able to punish the Poppy this time around. Nice W there from Blabber. Able to... Because Jan's on the bottom side.
Yeah, Jan wants to try to poke these guys a little bit with the Mystic Shot. Sven now ready to join back up with Loki. Core JJ channeling the Keeper's verdict, but it's a big miss. Now Vulcan with the counterattack here, going after Umpty. Bullet time over the top means that TL can't immediately re-engage, but now Vulcan is isolated. Unbreakable will keeping him alive as Blabber has already secured the Rift Herald for the side of C9. Vulcan still only at 100 HP, and Jan takes him down. Umpty's made his way into the fight, but now a grand entrance should seal his fate. Beautifully done as Cloud9 claims the feat of warfare. APA wants to flash in to secure the kill on Sven, and he finds it, but now it's Blabber and Thanatos looking to kill the Emperor of Shurima, and they've got the powered up boots. Not the cheap boots, just the boots from last year. I remember our conversation about this last week. Impact is not having a good time, though, up here as Thanatos and Blabber just immediately dogpile him, and C9 onto the Drake now as the Weaver's Wall flies out. Loki looking to create some space while the rest of C9 continues working on the Dragon, but the DPS is low. The health bar is not dropping quick enough. Umpty has made his way forward, but he's about to lose his shield. Now the focus onto the Team Liquid jungler, who has to flash away, and the Infernal Drake is already secured by Cloud9. APA gets over the wall, but Blabber hunts him down with the Dark and Daggers. Impact doesn't have the threat on the back to actually take down the C9 carries, and now C9 is on the hunt. Core JJ falls to Blabber, a double kill for the Nefiri.
And now, with this large gold lead and the Dragon lead, they can look at Jan.
Okay, Jan's the target for Blabber with Sven's follow-up damage. There's no way for the Ezreal to get away from that one. Blabber is 8 out of 9 kill participation, completely taking over the game on this Nefiri.
He ulted, and he's immediately spamming the E to jump where Jan is going to jump. He's like, I know where you're going, and you're going back to the fountain, buddy.
Yeah, it's getting tough. Objective bounties spawning now at this point, and you look at the top lane tier 1 as well as an easy pick. Vulcan's just going to knock you away. That's not going to work.
Yeah, Umpty's ulti there just completely fizzles out. Thanatos now reinforcing with a grand entrance as C9 thinks about chasing further, but APA's got the Sun Disc to try to delay them. Again, I want to go back to how slowly this game started, because in less than 10 minutes from first blood, we now have C9 with a 6,000 gold lead, 2-manning the Otacon with everybody on Team Liquid alive because they just don't have to respect them. C9 is so far ahead in this game. The True Shot Barrage isn't going to do anything. The Thornbound Otacon
but C9's playing it really safe, and it feels like either Thanatos is the one moving up, where he's just so tanky he's hard to pick off, or when Loki's in a side lane, Blabber's behind him.
And like we said in Champ Select, they're the ones with the extra, you know, global or semi-global.
I don't know if there is a nothing bet there, because I don't think that anybody's walking close to this pit as C9 acquires soul.
But you're going to have to try to just find that one window and go for it.
Umpty found by the taunt. Thanatos with the reverse Justice Punch, making sure that he does as much damage to the Team Liquid jungler as he can. And this is Tank Galio just completely slamming Umpty's Pantheon. Bullet time from Sven guarantees it. All right, I don't think so, because Team Liquid they've already lost their jungler. He died to the chicken suit, and that means
was kind of close.
The chicken suit set it up.
16 on the Galio, complete brick wall in the front line. He hasn't even based in a while, so I'm guessing he probably has the full Zonias. You know, could just use that Seekers in one fight, immediately base, grab the Zonias, have it back-to-back fights. But C9 are pushing up on this top side. Core has a pretty good flank position, but I just don't know that it really is going to matter.
We call that a food delivery flank at this point of a gold lead, because if he goes in, he is going back to the spawn platform the hard way. Tries to channel the Keeper's Verdict, at least knocks one of them out. But now, Vulcan with the Unbreakable Will is not an acceptable target. Loki just knocks Core right back off of him as Vulcan continues peeling, and APA is about to be the first to die. Core also dropping dead as Team Liquid's attempt is going to end in disaster. Yawn now has to try to escape from Blabber, who flashes forward to secure the kill. Impact wants to get away, and Loki is happy to send him home. Team Liquid is aced 5-0 in what is surely the final fight here, you would have to think.
I mean, Cloud9 are not messing around this week. They're going to destroy quite a lot of turrets. The death timers are still pretty shallow, but the damage is definitely there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Core got a flank, but that was a hummingbird flanking a grizzly bear. It was not looking like he had much of an opportunity to get anything done there. C9 crush him, 14K. They know they couldn't end, so they just immediately TP bot. They get the tier 2 top, they get the tier 2 bot.
I was underestimating the length of the death timers.
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah, there we go. I got caught unawares by that one a little bit, as now the Weaver's Wall flies out. It zones Team Liquid away from being able to adequately protect the tier 3 turret. So the inhibitor line will now be Vernal Soul locked in for C9.
My biggest takeaway from this one is how quickly Cloud9 did.
Vernal Soul just trying to force their way into the base now. They do have 2 of these inhibitors opened up and vulnerable. They're going to go ahead and start putting the DPS in those already as Team Liquid scrambles to decide where they want to defend. Do they want to try to fight for the inhibs? Do they want to fight at the Nexus turret? Do they get a chance to fight at all as Core JJ is already down and Umpty's about to follow? It's bullet time, and Yawn's the third to die. C9 will win the game right there. This time, I am sure of it. C9 cleaning up that second inhibitor. He and APA, the last 2 standing on the Team Liquid side, as Vulcan immediately finds a headbutt. The shuffle knocks him back into the fountain, so APA at least gets 1, but the Nexus turrets are already gone, and APA cannot stop them. C9 with a 19-4 scoreline. A seismic shove to try to make it even more, but it won't matter. C9 dominate game 1.
Can't believe how many raw seismic shoves Loki hit this game. Like,